Junior Camanero's home run swing. There's something about his home run swing that concerned him.
Here's what I love about sports radio, by the way, and I love about sports, is we all see things differently when we're watching, right? When I'm watching Junior Caminero, there's a lot that I look at, and there's definitely some things with Junior that he has to work on, especially with the glove. But specifically with the bat, when I saw that home run, there are reasons why I was impressed, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But what I love about sports is everyone has a different eye and everyone sees it differently. So we might see things one way, and then you have Sam Cohen who sees things that a completely different way that I didn't see. So, Sam, what did you see on that home run that got you concerned about the swing?
I don't know that I don't think I used the word concerning. I just said something was off. If you watch that swing,
are you not concerned if something is off about his swing?
No, because it could be he hasn't exactly hit the cover off the ball to start the year, so maybe something's off in terms of, I was comparing it to his World Baseball Classic swing. We saw him every single time seemingly he was up to bat. He really digs into his back leg. You could see the power from his legs. And then last night we saw more of an upper body swing. He ends with a one-handed finish. He gets the ball out of the yard, which is great. If you want to use the word concerning, I guess I could kind of use it, because if you look at his strikeout numbers, there's only been 3 games in which he hasn't struck out.
I'll tell you, I definitely see a Junior that is pressing at times. But when it comes to what
he's not getting anything to hit is the problem.
That's it. When it comes to what I'm seeing, the difference between the WBC and this, he's not the pitcher. And we saw this adjustment with Randy Arozarena. And by the way, they're not in the same ballpark as far as the ilk of player that they are potential. Junior, I see way more potential. The adjustments that were made to Randy Arozarena after that postseason run and after they figured out the type of hitter he is, every pitcher is going to adjust to good hitters. What I saw on that pitch from Junior Caminero, that's not a fastball. That's not something you have to look at the load. That's a curveball we saw last night that he drilled out of the park. That's waiting on it. That is being patient. That is then waiting for that pitch to get to you, outside part of the plate, level swing. And that's what I love about Junior Caminero is a lot of the times, yesterday, that's a level swing, and he just drilled that ball. And a lot of times, if you make a mistake and you on a curveball and a batter connects, that ball's going to go a long way. And that's all Junior needed to do there. Wait on the pitch, connect with the pitch, level swing, and that ball's out of the park. That's how I saw it differently. I totally get what you mean by using the load, but on a certain adjustment to a pitch like a curveball like that, outside part of the plate, you better be able to wait back like he did and then be able to get your bat across through the zone.
100%. The problem is as I mentioned, he's had multiple games where he's struck out multiple times. So the strikeouts have already been a problem, which most power hitters' strikeouts are also going to be a problem. It comes to mind Carlos Pena, i.e.
But he's a good hitter. Junior's a good hitter.
Totally different.
It's not a totally one-for-one comparison.
I get what you're saying. No, I get what you're saying. I totally get it.
So the swing last night, though, and we saw it even would have been, 2 nights or 3 nights ago against the Yankees. He went 2 for 3 in the game. But his swing, and again, I don't think concern is the right word, or if I used it, I misspoke. It's not as much a concern. It's just something is either off.
I think he's pressing.
Or early in the season, he has made a drastic change to his overall swing.
No, I think it's what Aaron said. I think he's pressing, and I think it's just like, and I think this is something where I'm so convinced about his maturity and his ability and his eye and eventually his patience, because we've seen him, like I've given him credit at times where he's taken walks where they really needed the hit and he was still patient enough to take the walk. And I think at the end of the day, that's the player he is. Guys are going to get in a situation, especially I feel like early in the season when you want to get going, you see other guys getting going and you really want to get off the ground. And you're not getting any pitches. And eventually you're going to start reaching for pitches that normally you wouldn't. And I think that, to Aaron's point, is what we've seen more so than a guy who's just struggling at the plate, is a guy who isn't getting the opportunities and because is starting to expand his zone a little bit and go after pitches and not be as patient as he usually is as a hitter. But he's a young guy, and I expect this to be a minor bump in the road, if that, because, again, we're talking about a home run swing right now.
I lean towards that, Pat. This is a guy that I was worried in the home run derby last year that it would change his swing. It didn't. He's got a level swing. He's very aware of it. For some reason, guys like that, I get very concerned about the long swing, the looping swing, the trying to really get that, the launch angle. Those are all concerns for me, and that's how guys get in slumps. I'm never going to see Junior, I don't think, get into a elongated slump because his swing is pure, his swing is level. We saw it yesterday. Runners in scoring position, hits a ball up the middle. A good play is made, but that's Junior Caminero, ball up the middle. A lot of times it's going to be a base hit. If I'm seeing Junior driving line drives up the middle, that means something's going well. That's what I want to see from anybody.
So I might, and I'm probably am very much overreacting to what I noticed last night, but you have noted before, Aaron, the fact that Junior's body does seem to fluctuate a little bit. There's times where he looks a lot thicker than other times. I think he's looking, and especially when we saw him at like Fan Fest, I think he's looking really good this year overall. It was like a year or two ago. Like he was when he first got up was looking very thick, and he's not that anymore. But there was just, and it wasn't really about the way he looked, but there was one of the, and I wish I would have noted what inning it was because we could bring it up on MLB TV right now and take a look at it and like have the conversation. But there was at the end of an inning, they just kind of went over to him as he was jogging off the field, and it may have just been as simple as like anything. Like it could have been not that anything was bothering him, but to me, like the way he was jogging off the field, I thought to myself, like, that looks like how I jog because my back hurts. Like he didn't look comfortable coming off the field. And again, maybe he was totally comfortable and just running for whatever reason a certain way. I mean, you never know. He could have something in his cleat he was trying to get out. But I just like the way he was jogging off the field. I was like, he kind of looks old and uncomfortable right there, and I don't think he should be
for that age.
Yeah.
That's not
Why'd
good.
you just look at me when at
no,
that
it's
moment?
just because like if you're feeling that through the like you're looking and you're like he's looking like me. That is way more of a concern and red flag than anything Sam brought up on the home
He's
run
definitely not
swing.
looking like me. That's for sure.
That's true.
But but the jog did not look like, But again, it could just be like the inning's over. It could be sometimes you're thinking about maybe your next at bat or whatever it might be, right? Like it doesn't necessarily mean that something was bothering him. It just didn't look like a normal kind of jog off the field.
But once again, Rays 10-7 now. You got the power from Junior last night, but what they're proving is you don't need it. As long as everyone's doing their job and contributing, Taylor Walls is getting hit every single game, right?
You got a donger from Fraley last night. That eye paid off.
Yep, and DeLuca as well. So Kevin Cash pressing the right buttons, people. Kevin Cash pressing the right buttons, and also I kind of like, even though I like Fortes, what he's doing more than Fiducia overall, I like that combo of Fortes and Fiducia. And yesterday, Fiducia, big throw out. That was a great play by Fiducia.
Yeah.
On a pick and then throws the runner out. That's tough to do. So I like what I'm seeing right now. I'd take the Junior because he'll be fine and the power will be there. Everyone else is doing their job and they're playing a fundamental brand of baseball with the bat. That I love it. It's exciting.
And I don't care that the White Sox stink. Anytime you win 5 in a row in a Major League Baseball season is a good thing. And this is the second time already, when we're talking about 17 games into the season, the second time they've won at least 3 games in a row. So, I mean, some really good signs for this baseball team so far. And when, like, not that long ago, I was like, I don't see them turning around.
On the text line, I agree with Sam. His timing looks off. He's out on his front foot. To Pat and Aaron's point, could be due to pressing, and then a couple more things there. But, there's definitely times where I see Junior Caminero looking off. On that swing yesterday, specifically with the home run, that, to me, was a guy who waited perfectly, and he did exactly what he needed to execute that swing on that pitch.
I find interesting the end of the text, too. Give Aranda the day. 17 games into the season. Like, I don't care if they give him a day off, but he's a young kid. I'm not worried about him getting a day off already.
Also, that double in the 5th from Miranda, that was huge. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Can we also, I know we're talking about today's game or yesterday's game and the performance itself. Jackie Robinson Day, great jerseys, but can we all acknowledge the fact that the baby blue jersey with the gray pants was a horrible look? Like, they looked like clowns out there.
Pat,
not a fan.
Pat would have to comment more because Pat knows with me, and you're learning this with me. Like I like cool jerseys. It doesn't make or break my viewing experience.
The blue with the gray is not something I even noted. I'm not a huge fan of the jersey that just has the big sunburst thing on the front.
Yeah, not good.
Like, give me Tampa Bay. Give me Rays. Give me something across the front. Like, I have the baby blue jersey that says Rays across the front that I think was one of their best jerseys ever, and they don't wear it anymore. I'd so much rather see that than what we saw last night. But the color combination didn't bother me as much, and I never at any point thought, like, man, these guys look like clowns. I did think, I don't love that jersey. That's as far as I went with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aaron is his take on jerseys is almost like he refuses to comment on them. He hates jersey talk.
I just know it's not my bag.
You hate jersey talk. Our old friend Bobby Fenton, who used to be on the station, he just hated like any change in the jerseys, like any kind of alternate jersey or like any. He would be like, he just wants the classic look all the time. No alternates, like none of that stuff.